Good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. Thank you for joining me for another edition of the Truth Conductor Show. One of my supporters, Bernie, asked me to start back Saturday in Proverbs last night. And I told him I would. And then I got to thinking about it. And the idea today in Proverbs came up. So I'm just going to start doing every day in Proverbs. Because, you never know what people going through, man. What they might be experiencing. And what I like about Proverbs. Lauren, thank you for joining me. You're the first one up in here today. What I like about Proverbs is it shows you how to live today. You don't have to think back 2,000 years to try to figure out, what the climate, what King Solomon, the wisest man ever, no man will be as wise, wrote Proverbs. And it will help you on a daily basis. So what I decided to do was first I'm going to start reading it out of the Message Bible because that's a little more clear cut than the New King James Version. Okay? And then, next month I'll start reading it out of the New King James Version. I'll just switch back and forth until until such time I just like, okay, I think we got enough. But I'm gonna do that, and Bernie, asked me to do it, and I think as much as support as I've gotten from him, I have to honor that request. I have to honor it. Okay? So let's pray and get into the word. Father, I thank you for another day to gather around your word. Speak through my mind, speak through my heart, and speak through my lips that I may precisely articulate your word to pierce the hearing, the vision, and the hearts of your children so that we may live the righteous lifestyle that you have ordained for us to live. Amen. All right. So since today is the 11th, man, this is the day my grandmama died. Right here. My grandmother died on this day, a few 100 years old. Oh, by the way, man, y'all see that picture that's in the background right there? I found out about this event from a lady called the Palava Hut, Vera Oye. And it was going over some history. And at the time, I didn't know the death of the Black history in Georgetown. That's where it was held. And during the program, she asked who would like to be made an honorary king. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, wow, hey, I'll take some of that. And she gave me this coat that I put on. Man, that joint fit me perfect. Okay, so this dude is making me an honorary king of Cameroon. Man, in fact, you see how my eyes, because I'm like, whoa. Is this real? I couldn't believe it. And I was like, and then, right then, my spirit told me, It's going to be some years down the road, and this is going to come true. All right? Then my spirit was telling me, man, down the road, this is going to come true. I'm going to go to Cameroon as an honorary king. All right? Tanya, Lauren, thank y'all, boy. So that's what that picture is. You know, now I'm experimenting because you can do a green screen now. So I'm like, okay, wait a minute, hold on, y'all. Just in case I have to sneeze here. So let's get started on the 11th chapter of Proverbs. And again, I am reading from the Message Bible. Oh, Tanya, thank you very much for that blessing today. Thank you, sister. Thank you. I appreciate you. And one day I'm going to be able to return it 100-fold. Okay? Thank you for that blessing today. Verse 1. God hates cheating in the marketplace. He loves it when business is above board. The stuck up fall flat on their faces, but down to earth people stand firm. You hear that? The stuck up fall flat on their faces, but the down to earth people stand firm. Now, in case you're wondering, well, what that sounds like in the New King James Version, this is what it sounds like. When pride comes, then comes shame, but with the humble is wisdom. The stuck up fall flat on their faces, but down to earth people stand firm. That's the Message Bible. But in the New King James Version, it says, when pride comes, then comes shame, but with the humble is wisdom. Verse 3. The integrity of the honest keeps them on track. The deviousness of crooks bring them to ruin. And see, and we getting ready to come into some real tough times, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? It's getting ready, you know, this conflict we in is going to really shake the foundation of this country right now, because a lot of people underestimated who we fighting, and they've been preparing for 40 years for this battle, and we think we just gonna walk through and it's a walk in the park. This ain't gonna be no walk in the park. Verse 4. A thick bankroll is no help when life falls apart, but a principled life can stand up to the worst. Let me read that again. A thick bankroll is no help when life falls apart, but a principled life can stand up to the worst. Now, the New King James Version say, riches do not profit in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death. How you living? When you have a principled life, you got some discipline, man. Okay? You got some discipline when you live a principled life. It's just that simple. See, any and everything don't go with you when you have a principled life. Okay? Verse 5. Moral character makes for food for smooth traveling. An evil life is a hard life. Let me read it again. Moral character makes for smooth traveling. An evil life is a hard life. Now, in the New King James Version, it says the righteousness of the blameless will direct his way, but the wicked will fall by his own wickedness. Okay? All right? Verse 6. Good character is the best insurance. Crooks get trapped in their sinful lust. Listen, good character is the best insurance. When you got good character, man, you ain't going, people can trust you. When you got good character, you can be trusted. Ain't nobody gonna be second guessing you when you got good character. All right. This is what it says in the New King James Version. The righteousness of the upright will deliver them, but the unfaithful will be caught by their own lust because they're greedy. It's all about them. See, that's the difference. See, the unfaithful can't be trusted. Hey, listen, and you're a fool. You're the fool if you put your trust in an unfaithful person. And some of y'all are in relationships, married to unfaithful people, and you think they ain't gonna drag you down, and they will, because it ain't gonna be no peace. It ain't no trust. And you always looking over your shoulder, second guessing what that person is doing, because you don't trust them. Verse 7. When the wicked die, that's it. The story's over in the hope. Okay? When the wicked die, that's it. The story's over in the hope. And in the New King James Version, it says, when a wicked man dies, his expectation will perish, and the hope of the unjust perishes. Man, you ain't got no an unjust person don't have a good memory. They're not remembered in a fun way. People be cussing. Man, I haven't seen it in person, but I've seen on social media where people, go to somebody's casket, man, and sometimes spit in their face. That's how angry they are. Okay? They'll go and or do something derogatory to that person because they still carrying that anger and that hurt and that disappointment. See, verse 8. A good person is saved from much trouble. A bad person runs straight into it. Okay? Lauren say, it's true. No one knows what awaits the people of the world. I hope they're ready for the trials and tribulations coming soon, because they coming. Trials and tribulations are coming. And if you live a righteous lifestyle, you're going to have some protection. If you don't, you're going to suffer. You're going to suffer. Okay? In the New King James Version, it says, the righteous is delivered from trouble, and it comes to the wicked instead. Okay? And like I told you, man, when you start reading Proverbs, you're going to see how to live today. You're going to see things that are going on in 2026. Not, however, when he wrote, and this goes to show you, man, imagine when matter of fact, let me see when Proverbs was written, imagine that it will be able to relate to any day of the year, anytime. Okay? Imagine the anointing that had to be. Um, um, think I got me a troll up in the house because that's my persona. Think this is well, don't mess with him. Let me look him up first. Let me look him up first. Let me look you up. let me look you up. Let me look you up. Yeah, I gotta look you up. Oh, you deleted. Okay, I wanted to see who that was, but that's okay. Um, but you see, that's a good example. I told y'all, man. Every time you trying to be some light, somebody always gonna come up and start trying to be a distraction. Just that simple. Okay. Um, verse 9. The loose tongue of the godless spread destruction. The common sense of the godly preserves them. In the Message Bible, it says, the hypocrite with his mouth destroys his neighbor, but through knowledge, the righteous will be delivered. See, you can say what you want to, man, but there is a blessing. Okay? There is a blessing on treating people right. See, this is the mistake that a lot of Christians make. This is how the devil has tricked a lot of people. See, when you start talking about a righteous lifestyle, a lot of people talk, well, ain't nobody perfect. Righteousness have nothing to do with perfect. You can live a righteous lifestyle and see, he's back. Get rid of him. He's back. He's back. Whoever that is, get rid of him. He back. See, and let me go to show you. Now, I created a persona. I just happen to look like it. Okay, but you see how many people talking about? Why you wearing that hat? Why you got that uniform on? Cause it's my persona. All right, that's why I got it on. Cause that's my persona. See, if I took this hat off and I told you, man, I'm the truth conductor, you'd look at me like a cow looking at a new gate. What is he? What? Truth conductor? You can't connect the dots. If I come just like this and tell you, man, I am the truth conductor, and you cannot catch it. But when I put this hat on and I tell you I'm the truth conductor, now you can connect the dots. See, now I look like a conductor. Okay? But without this hat, I'm just another person. Okay? All right? Now, verse 10. When it goes well for good people, the whole town cheers. When it goes badly for bad people, the town celebrates. Listen, when it goes bad for good people, the whole town cheers. When it goes badly for bad people, the town celebrates. And give you a good example of that. A lot of people are saying that BB over there that started this madness has been killed. And once that is verified, you're going to have a lot of people celebrate. Okay? This is what it says in the Message Bible. I mean, in the New King James Version. When it goes well with the righteous, the city rejoices. When the wicked perish, there is jubilation. Okay? All right? There's jubilation. Man, when wicked people perish, everybody happy. Because it ain't no peace as long as they're around. Verse 11. When rightly living people bless the city, it flourishes. Evil talk turns into a ghost town in no time. Listen to this. When right living people bless the city, it flourishes. Evil talk turns into a ghost town in no time. And in the New King James Version, it says, by the blessing of the upright, the city is exalted, but is overthrown by the mouth of the wicked. Florida is in the house. Yeah, man, put up where you're from. Put up where you're from so I can give you a shout out. Verse 12. Mean-spirited slander is heartless. Quiet discretion accompanies good sense. Let me read that again. Mean-spirited slander is heartless. Quiet discretion accompanies good sense because you got wisdom. See, everything that comes up don't come out when you have discretion. Now, in the New King James Version, it says, he who is devoid of wisdom despises his neighbor, but a man of understanding holds his peace. Okay, New York City is in the house. Thank you for joining me. Verse 13. A gadabout gossip can't be trusted with a secret, but someone of integrity won't violate a confidence. Listen to this. A gadabout gossip can't be trusted with a secret, but someone of integrity won't violate a confidence. Matter of fact, let me look up that word gadabout. So that's one of the things I don't want to take for granted, that a lot of people know. Gadabout. Gadabout is a person who moves about restlessly, aimlessly, and frequently for pleasure, often flitting between social events. A busybody. That's a gadabout. Okay? A busybody. And and a lot of us then made this mistake. We done trusted the wrong person. And you tell somebody something in confidence, and the next thing you know, everybody know it. But you told one person, the wrong person, in confidence, and we all done made that mistake. I got 12 people up in here, and I guarantee you, all 12 of y'all done confided in the wrong person, and it blew up in your face. Okay? Verse 14. Without good direction, people lose their way. The more wise counsel you follow, the better your chances. Why? because you will listen. You will receive instruction. People can criticize you and you don't take it personal. Because sometimes counsel can be kind of, matter of fact, Everett is it, you know, some of the stuff, man, you going it can rub you the wrong way if you're a sensitive person. This what it says in the New King James Version. There is no counsel. Where there is no counsel, the people fall. But in the multitude of counselors, there is safety because you're listening to more than one thing. You're taking in different opinions and you will lump them together to make your decision. Okay? What's going on, Dark? How you doing? Verse 15. Whoever makes deal with strangers is sure to get burned. If you keep a cool head, you'll avoid rash bargains. All right? This is what it say in the New King James Version. He who is surety for a stranger will suffer. When you're surety for a stranger, man, you co-signing with them. You are co-signing with them, and you don't even know them. And you are co-signing, taking responsibility for what they're saying or what they're doing. And it says, he who is surety for a stranger will suffer, but one who hates being surety is secure. See, when you don't co-sign for, surety is nothing but co-signing. And this word is telling you, man, you don't co-sign with nobody. Okay? Because you going to end up being responsible for it. They might start out doing the right thing, but somewhere down the road, they gonna stop, and you are gonna be the one that's responsible. Verse 16. A woman of gentle grace gets respect, but a man of rough violence grab for loot. In the New King James Version, it says, a gracious woman retains honor, but ruthless men retain riches. Okay? A gracious woman retains honor, but a ruthless man retains riches. And let me give you the definition of gracious. Gracious. Gracious describe someone marked by kindness, courtesy, and charm, or manner that is pleasant and compassionate. That's a gracious woman. Okay? Someone marked by kindness, courtesy, and charm, or manner that is pleasant and compassionate. And it says here that a woman of gentle grace gets respect. Okay? Gets respect. See, I told y'all, man, this Proverbs is gonna show you how to live on a day-to-day basis. You're gonna see yourself. You're gonna see some situations that you've gone through and like, oh, now I get it. You're gonna see it. Verse 17. When you're kind to others, you help yourself. When you're cruel to others, you hurt yourself. See? When you're kind to others, you help yourself. When you're cruel to others, You hurt yourself. In the New King James Version, it says, "The merciful man does good for his own soul, but he who is cruel troubles his own flesh." And these are the people that's coming up, always got some confusion going, always got some drama going. Okay? This is who they're talking about. Always got something going. Verse 18. Bad work gets paid with a bad check. Good work gets solid pay. In the New King James Version, it says, the wicked man does deceptive work, but he who sows righteousness will have a sure reward. And I'm sure somewhere along the way, we've all been had by somebody deceptive. You know, you pay some money to get some work done, then turn around and that person end up screwing you. And now you or half doing the work. And now you got to go and pay somebody else to come and fix the mess that they made. I'm sure all of y'all have had that experience. Okay? Verse 19. Take your stand with God's loyal community and live, or chase after phantoms of evil and die. Let me read that again. Take your stand with God's loyal community and live, or chase after phantoms of evil and die. In the New King James Version, it says, as righteousness leads to life, so he who pursues evil pursues it to his own death. See, a lot of these folk out here getting over, thinking they skin. Man, you only, that's just a trap for you. See, this is how evil get caught. An evil person always got to keep looking over their shoulder to see what's coming up behind them. And while they're looking over their shoulder, they're going to stumble over something. They ain't watching where they're going. You can't do both. See, an evil person is always going to be looking to see who coming. And while you're focusing on what's behind you, you ain't really paying attention to what you're doing. And you're going to stumble. Something simple is going to make you stumble and you're going to fall. Because you ain't paying attention to that because you're too busy focused on what's coming up behind you. All right? Verse 20. God can't stand deceivers, but oh, how he relishes integrity. Listen to this. God can't stand deceivers, but oh, how he relishes integrity. In the New King James Version, it says, those who have a perverse heart are an abomination to the Lord, but the blameless in their ways are his delight. Man, when you doing right by people, God gonna help you. He gonna help you. But that wicked person ain't got nowhere to hide. Man, when the storm hit, shoot, brother, you stranded. You out there on your own. You ain't got no refuge when you're an evil person, when you're not kind, when you treat people any kind of way. You ain't got no refuge, buddy. You ain't got nowhere to hide. And when the storm come, when the world, You on your own. I don't care how much you call on God, he ain't answering because you got a wicked lifestyle. And you got a lot of people right now who is confessing the name of Jesus and just as wicked as they want to be. And they think God is going to be there for them. And that's the one he going to say, I don't know you. I don't know you. And you don't want to, man, can you imagine you calling on God and he tell you, man, I don't know you. Who you? Where you come from? I don't know you. And it's going to be a lot of people when they close their eyes. I don't know you. You ain't lived the kind of lifestyle that I ordained you to live, that I prescribed for you to live. So you on your own. Verse 21. Count on this. The wicked won't get off scotch-free, and God's loyal people will triumph. Let me read that again. Count on this. The wicked people won't get off scotch-free, and God's loyal people will triumph. In the New King James Version, it says, though they join forces, the wicked will not go unpunished, but the posterity of the righteous will be delivered. Okay? That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely, Lauren. You must prove yourself worthy of Christ's sacrifice. The wicked mock God and his son. You're absolutely right. Verse 22. Like a gold ring in a pig's snout is a beautiful face on an empty head. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Okay? This is in the Message Bible. It says, like a gold ring in a pig's snout. If you know anything about pigs, man, they always digging in the mud with their snout. They always got their nose in the mud. Like a gold ring in a pig's snout is a beautiful face on an empty head. That's a pretty woman that ain't got. Matter of fact, this is what it says in the New King James Version. As a ring of gold in a swine's snout, so is a lovely woman who lacks discretion. Anybody can have her because she lacks discretion. Okay? Anybody can get with, and see, if you special, any and everybody can get with you. And see, and a lot of people don't want to hold out to be special. But see, everybody can't drive a Bentley or a Rolls Royce, but they can a Volkswagen or a Ford or a Chevy. See, everybody can drive one of them, but most folk cannot afford to drive a Bentley or a Rolls Royce or Ferrari for that matter. Verse 23, the desires of good people lead straight to the best, but the wicked ambition ends in angry frustration. Okay, listen, the desires of good people lead straight to the best, but the wicked ambition ends, but wicked ambitions end in angry frustration. Now what it says in the New King James Version, it says the desire of the righteous is only good, but the expectation of the wicked is wrath. See, when you're a wicked person, I don't care what it is you're trying to do. Man, God ain't gonna bless that. God can't bless that. No matter what business you go in, what venture you get, it ain't gonna work out when you're a wicked person. It's not gonna work when you're wicked. Okay? Let me see who this is. Got to check on you. Let me see who you are. Hold on. Let's see who this is. Okay. Uh Listen, man. See, here's the deal. God gave us free will, and just like whatever belief you may have, that's your will to do that. But I don't think you're put in a position to be able to judge people by what they do and what they believe. That's on them. Because at the end of the day, when they close their eyes, they got to live with that. And all you can do uh, is, you know, show your light. Right now, you got 670 subscribers. B Turbo, 15 videos. And maybe, you know, and what I'm trying to figure out is, well, how come you don't put some videos up of your point of view? Why you gotta come and knock somebody else? Go do your thing, man. Go do your thing. Cause you what? Uh 330 subscribers from being able to go live. So maybe if you had and you've been on here since let me see, since 2020. Why don't you put some more content so you can go live? And then you can voice any kind of opinion that you want. You can do that. All right? You can do that. Let me see what this is. Okay? Uh so that that's my take on that. That's my take on that. Let me see who this is. Uh oh, you out of here. You out of here. It's one of my trolls. Yeah, you out of here. See you later. That's one of my trolls. That just got rid of one of my trolls. Okay. Um. But anyway, let's get back to the word. Um. Verse 24. The world of the generous get larger and larger. The world of the stingy gets smaller and smaller. In the New King James Version, it says, "There is one who scatters, yet increases more, and there is one who withholds more than is right." See, This is talking about giving. This, see, the world of the generous get larger and larger. See, even if somebody, you give something from your heart and somebody takes advantage of that, that's not going to come back on you. That person that took advantage of that is going to come back on them. But if you gave from your heart, that's what's coming back to you. So you don't have to be offended about somebody taking advantage of you. You have learned a lesson. See, this is this is what I do to people that asking me for money. You know, hey man, you got $1? Give me $1. I'm trying to locate your heart. Give me $1. Now, if you say, man, I ain't got no money, that's why I'm out here, you are a selfish sucker. It's all about you, especially if you sitting in traffic and you watching people standing on the corner with a sign, somebody give them some money. And then when you pull up to them, man, give me $1. I ain't got no dollar. That's why I'm out here. Well, see, I just located your heart. I just located your heart. But now, if you say, man, let me give you here, you need $1 and give me $1, then I'm gonna give that dollar back to you and I'm gonna bless you. See, because you ain't selfish, you ain't stingy. It ain't all about you. And you got a lot of people out here asking for help, but they ain't trying to help nobody else. And I tell them quick, your no don't hurt me. Let's get that straight right now. You telling me no don't hurt me. You just hurt yourself because you don't know what blessing I was going to add to your yes. Damn. And see, and when you tell God no, you hurting yourself. You're the one that's being hurt. Because if you tell God yes, you don't know what blessing he going to add to that. It's just that simple, man. That's how I find out who's who. That's that. I see somebody, man, give me $1. I'm just trying to locate your heart. And a lot of y'all scared to say, man, give me $1. You scared. You ain't gonna do that. It's just that simple. All right. Verse 25. The one who blesses others is abundantly blessed. Those who help others are helped. That's the Message Bible. The one who blesses others is abundantly blessed. Those who help others are helped. And a lot of y'all looking for help, but you won't help nobody else. When you're right with God, most of the time He provides you without having to ask God. I'm a witness. I'm a witness. I am a witness. When you do right by God, man, He gonna do right by you. Okay. This is what the New King James Version says. The generous soul will be made rich, and he who waters will also be watered himself. But most folk are afraid to be the water. They want to be watered. Oh, Gino, man, thank you for that blessing today, man. Thank you, Gino. I appreciate that, brother. You're the first one tonight to give me some money, man. Thank you. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Verse 26. Curses on those who drive a hard bargain. Blessing on all who play fair and square. In the New King James Version, it says, the people will curse him who withhold grain, but blessings will be on the head of him who sells it. And you got a lot of people, man, they raking folk over the coals, gouging them, raking them over the coals, taking advantage. Especially if a disaster comes, man, they out there just gouging people with these high prices because they know the demand is there. And those are the ones that will be, oh yeah, you're going to enjoy. You're going to have some money, but it ain't going to last. And this is what this is trying to tell you. See, curses on those who drive a hard bargain. Yeah, you'll get the money, but it ain't blessed. Something going, it's like putting money in a bag with holes. No matter how much you get, it still ain't gonna amount to nothing. And so many of y'all right now are putting money in bags with holes in them. And you wondering why you can't get ahead. Because your heart ain't right. That's why. Okay? Verse 27. The one who seeks good finds delight. The student of evil becomes evil. In the New King James Version, it says, he who earnestly seeks good finds favor, but trouble will come to him who seeks evil. That's all you can get. It's trouble. When you out trying to get over on somebody, got your schemes going, taking shortcuts, ain't no good gonna come out of that. Ain't no good coming to you. You wasting your time. But you think that it's gonna no, ain't no good coming. Ain't no good coming. Verse 28. A life devoted to things is a dead life, a stump. A God-shaped life is a flourishing tree. In the New King James Version, it says, he who trusts in his riches will fall, but the righteous will flourish like foliage. Okay? The trap you set, remember, the hole you dig for somebody else is the hole for you. It's just that simple. The hole you dig for somebody else, man, that's the hole for you. And that's what I have to keep reminding myself, even with this arrest. When that guy arrested me and took my stuff, he know, man, this is how I'm keeping my head above water. And you want to confiscate my stuff. But that hole you dig, and look what he did. All he did was make me come out, man, let me get my website up. And let me say this. I don't have no proof, okay? But this is what dropped in my spirit with this confusion that we got going on in this conflict. Man, y'all be careful on Friday the 13th. Be careful. Because, see, Friday the 13th has a negative connotation to it. Everybody, know, oh man, that's when bad shit happens, on Friday the 13th. So I'm just telling you, be mindful. because we got attacked on 9/11. 911 was emergency. That's when America was attacked. Okay? So I'm just saying, man, keep your eyes open on Friday the 13th. Keep your eyes open because somebody might, that's the time. Cause Friday the 13th has a negative connotation to it. All right? So just be mindful. That's all I'm saying. Be mindful. Better to be safe than to be sorry. Okay? Better to be safe than to be sorry. And if that's a day you can stay home, do it. Okay? Do it. Cause it's some man, listen, too too many people have lost loved ones. Too many people. And see, we don't know what kind of sleeper cell, because our borders were open. Anybody could come in here. And we don't know who's here. We don't know. And don't take it for granted. Okay? Uh, verse 29. Exploit or abuse your family and end up with a fistful of air. Common sense tell you it's a stupid way to live. Listen to this. Exploit or abuse your family and end up with a fistful of air. Common sense tell you it's a stupid way to live. In the New King James Version, it says, "He who troubles his own house will inherit the wind, and the fool will be servant to the wise of heart." Man, if we could just get families to come back together, okay? We could turn a lot of this madness around overnight. All right? If we could just get families to come together, all right? We could turn this madness around overnight. We really could. We really could. All right? I mean serious. Just get families to start talking to each other and stop talking at each other. We could turn this madness around, heal the family, and you'll heal the world. That's the truth. Heal the family, and you'll heal the world. Okay. Um, verse 30. A good life is a fruit-bearing tree. A violent life destroys souls. A good life is a fruit-bearing tree. A violent life destroys souls. In the New King James Version, it says, "The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, and he who wins souls is wise." Okay? When you can be the light, that's wisdom. That's wisdom. Verse 31. If good people barely make it, what's in store for the bad? If good people can barely make it, what's in store for the bad? And in the New King James Version, it says, if the righteous will be recompensed on the earth, how much more the ungodly and the sinner? Okay? And ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the 11th chapter of Proverbs. Okay? So, Bernie asked me to start doing it on Saturdays, but I said, man, let me do this every day. And that's how I got the idea today in Proverbs. And I just put the date on it. So you'll know what date this is. And just trying to help people, man. Cause we gonna have to navigate this madness. And you can't, and as you can see, man, this is about how to live. This is what Proverbs is telling you how to live, how to treat people. That's what Proverbs will do. Okay? All right. Man, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Okay? Uh but you know, and 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 I'm not, I appreciate. Okay, man. I got this, my moderator is on top. I'm telling you, she's on top. She's on top, man. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you. Okay, thank you. And tomorrow, same time, 8 o'clock, I'll be back with Today in Proverbs, and we'll go to chapter 12, and I'm gonna keep going until until I'm gonna just keep going because I know this works. I've seen it in my own family. I know it works. I know it works. And it's enlightening, especially when you can give people a contrast of what the word is saying. And that's what I try to do. I try to give you a contrast along with definitions of certain words. Okay? This is what I try to do because I don't want to take it for granted that you might know what this is saying. Okay? So, man,